Alright, the project this week is I have these two trucks, the 55 that I've been doing a build series on, and that's a 49 5-window Chevy on a 4-wheel drive 1-ton dually chassis that I kind of quit working on that for a while, between moving and buying a house and building a shop, and then there was a problem with the motor and the fuel system, so I ended up putting all new injectors, blowing the fuel lines out, a new tank pump, the whole everything to fix it. So it's good to go now. I fixed it last fall, but it needs a flatbed too. So I got 2 flatbeds I got to build. I just put in an order this morning for all the box steel and flat bar that I need. It was $1.34 a pound, and it was a $1,600 order. So a little bit. Pretty good list of materials, but I had some of the lumber I need, and I think I got everything else on the rack for the base and to get a flat base on this van chassis. This truck was a cab chassis, so it's nice and flat and easy, but I think I'm going to start on the 55 just because I like working on that one, so we'll get that one moved over, and that I got to get a battery for. So alright, let's move it over and start looking at other materials and get a plan so we can pick the steel up tomorrow. That's some of the other pressure treated stuff that I got that I might end up ripping down some of those 4x4s or 4x6s to use if I need. Trouble finding more hemlock this time of year. This is what I had left over from the last one I did. It's actual 2-inch by actual 8-inch. Real nice stuff to work, and then I soak it up with waste oil, so it turns out pretty good. But I'm looking for another 30 boards that are 8 to 9 foot long, but we'll find them. Hopefully I can find them local. Alright, going through the materials for this project. The steel I ordered a bunch of 2x5 box, 2x4 box, and 2x3. All 11 gauge I use. And I'll pick up some scraps more of the C-channel stuff that I use for the crash bar and the hitch in a couple different sizes. In this side for the hitch plate and this side for the side plates. Threaded rod from Lowe's, 6-foot sections, a 1/2 inch. They get you about $11 a piece for this now. Hardware I had left over, 1/2 inch hardware, Tractor Supply by the pound. That's pretty good. I ordered a bunch more sticks of flat bar because I use that to make plates to attach the bed to the frame. Tex 3-inch number 3 1/4 inch diameter screws. These things are awesome. They're self-drilling. You can go through 2 inches of lumber into like 1/4 inch steel with these things. So that's pretty cool, but it's about $11 for a box of 40, so I mean it adds up, but I haven't found anything better. They're pressure treated rated, and I've never had any issues with them. You do have to use number 3 bits, so I grabbed some new impact rated ones because I think I was out of those. Got some receiver tubes from Harbor Freight and hitch plugs off Amazon, 1/2 inch D-ring tabs off Amazon, and I like to use just standard incandescent round tail lights, so I got a bunch of those for flatbeds. But that's really it, the steel and the lumber. So alright, let's get started on the lumber. I'll have to figure out what thickness, move some stuff out of the way, but basically I'm just trying for this one to get a nice flat platform that's level, even, and solid to lay my first piece of 2x3 on, and then I'll build the 2x5 box with the 2x3 stringers, build a headache rack, build a hitch, put lumber on it, waste oil, seal it, and screw it. So that's the process. Alright, let's see what we can do. Bring over a chop saw, start getting wood laid out. I did grab some Dextron trans fluid and some Dexcool. Get some fluids in this motor and top it off, so should be good to go. Alright, looks like a chunk of 4x4 in the back and 4x6 in the front. So let's cut and fit those, get it to look nice. Alright, that turned out pretty good, but I gotta make a decision, and I'm almost leaning towards going a little taller, because especially being a big fender truck, where I was talking about maybe going up a size tire later, I kind of gotta make sure, you know, we got enough room. This thing is loaded with 3,000 pounds on it. It squats 2 inches, that we're gonna be okay. So I kind of mocked up the way how the flatbed, how I do it. You know, I have my wood base, then I run a 2x3 stringer laying down, and then these are the cross beams that the lumber sits on, and this is a side rail. So actual 2-inch dimensional rough cut lumber sits that high. So this is 2x3, this is 2x5. So the tire in the center, there'll be stringers on each side. This won't be here. This will be on the edge and on the front. But basically, there'll be a stringer like here and here, one to mount a mud flap. But in the middle, basically my contact, I got to make sure that the tire doesn't come up into the lumber. So right now, the way it's set up, you know, what is that, 6 inches probably I got, which is probably okay with this size tire. But if, say, we went up to a 265 or 285, that's going to be, you know, 2 inches taller on radius, we might start getting into a rub situation. So I'm almost leaning towards swapping this 2x4 out for a 4x4, and that'll give me another inch and whatever it is, inch and a half, inch and 3/4. That one's kind of twisted all up too. It's being a pain, so I'm not excited about that, but it would clamp down. So I gotta think about it. We'll see what happens. Alright, I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I can always slide in another 2x4 underneath if we gotta lift it up, so not a big deal. Alright, let's get this mess cleaned up. Well, that was cool. Just used the new crane, unload steel off the truck for the first time. That was 1,600 pounds. Alright, I got my 2 saws set up and the material kind of sorted out. I got a plan. I'm going to make the 2 main rails that are 107 inches long, and then those will be out of 2x3 that I'm going to start with. And then I'll make the perimeter box out of 2x5. That'll be 4 pieces with 45s cut on them on the bandsaw, and get that up on there. I'll also have to put end caps on the main rails. Alright, let's see if we can get this done. Alright, that's the base of the flatbed done. It actually ended up being 106 inches by 82. So we got the main support bars, end caps done. We got the perimeter tacked in. It's all nice and square, straight on the chassis. Yeah, everything looks good with line of sight with the tires, and I didn't even check that. I just measured stuff. So now we gotta cut the stringers and get those mounted in and get moving along on it. Alright, more cutting box. The broke a bandsaw blade. That blade's been on there forever. This thing, I think, has been neglected, needs a bunch of maintenance. The coolant pump doesn't work anymore. It's kind of slow, and this thing is way better, but I can't cut 5-inch on an angle, but I can cut all the 2x3 and 2x4 on this, so it'll go a lot quicker with that. But alright, let's get back at it, start burning metal back on. Still got a lot left, but we're doing good. Only got a couple chunks of scrap. Alright, we got the base of the flatbed tacked all out together today. 2x5 perimeter, 2x3 main rail, 2x3 supports. These happen to be exactly 24 inches on center. There's 5 of them. Next we got to do a headache rack that we're going to do out of 2x4 box. And it'll start coming together. Alright, that's going to do it for episode 1 on flatbed building. Thanks for watching, guys, and hit that subscribe button.